This is the second half of a two-part event started last night where we had a top 16 competition with Matt Field taking the win. And whereas before we have qualifying on Friday, now we have two top 16 competitions, so we'll see yet another winner here tonight. And we will be using this beautiful downtown Long Beach course as the backdrop. So we've got 8 battles in the top 16, then whittled down to the Great 8, the Final 4, and then the final. And the positions were actually chosen by random computer generation, so the guys don't know who they're going up against when they come in this morning. And once we get through the drivers' meeting, they know who they're pitted up against in the very first round. So drifting, as we know, is unlike any other motorsports in the world. It's not how fast you get from point A to point B, but it is based off of judging criteria, where the 3 judges we have up here are looking at line, angle, and style, and also the way that they initiate. And all those factors are put into a hopper, and at the end, the driver that did the criteria to its best ability in the lead and the chase run, as the judges evaluate both the leads and both the chases, will be your winner in the competition.
Used to be just demos, right? And now it turned into a competition. And now this year we've decided let's do 2 competitions. So $25,000 purse over 2 days, so $12,500 collective for 1 day. So Matt Field was the big winner last night. Our first battle here of the top 16 looks like it is Justin Pollock and Ryan Littoral. Justin Pollock, he'll be piloting the Roush Performance Falcon Tires Ford Mustang. Ryan Littoral in the NRG Innovations RB powered. So talking about a Nissan power plant under the hood of the S14. Now this should be a fun one to watch. Justin Pollock, a very dynamic driver. He's in his FD Pro vehicle. Ryan Littoral, a Pro 2 driver. So it should be fun to watch this. Here we go. JTP, Justin Pollock out front. Ryan Littoral in the chase position, initiating into that first clipping zone right there on the touch and go. Now under the bridge, nice job by JTP. Justin Pollock foregoing the touch and go. Now get into that second outer zone. Here we go, you see him bringing it in. Ryan Littoral, great proximity here. Can he keep the angle? A wide shoot there, but bringing it back in. So a good effort there by Ryan Littoral and Justin Pollock up front. Come on, Long Beach, let them know you're here. Make some noise. It's a beautiful Saturday evening here on the streets of Long Beach. Justin Pollock, man, you know, just looking at him, looking at how he's driving. As you said, this is critical. You know, this isn't part of our overall Black Magic Pro Championship presented by Blackview Dash Cameras. Got to get those sponsors in there. But this is something where I think the drivers that utilize this track time are getting valuable track time and just getting acquainted. You know, it's just like going on a date with your girlfriend, going on a date with your bae, right? You just want to take her out to a nice dinner, show her what's up, and then just, you know, put it down. So again, these guys are having a good time with their vehicle, and they're going to basically get more seat time as they have a competition a couple weeks from now. Here we go. Ryan Littoral out front, Justin Pollock in the chase position. Nice job by Littoral, get out of touch and go. Good transition, but Justin Pollock right there on the door, Littoral. As Littoral gets out to the outside zone, Justin Pollock transitions in. Great execution by Pollock there. Really good, just letting Littoral go and transition in front of him, and then right back on the door. Ryan Littoral, Justin Pollock, slide him left for Littoral, right for Pollock. Brian, Ryan, and Andy, and there Brian says JTP, and all of them. Oh, look at that, Andy saying one more time, but majority rules. Brian and Ryan saying JTP. Justin Pollock gets the win and advances on to the Great 8. Next up, our next battle looks like it will be Trenton Beecham versus Michael Essa. Trenton Beecham versus Michael Essa. All right, Matt, we're hearing Matt Field has called the competition timeout as Trenton Beecham will lead. Michael Essa giving chase. Trenton in the Ford Mustang. Essa in the BMW. Does not get all the way out to that rear clipping zone. Michael Essa. Whoa, and just, look at that. Look at that. Round of applause. Look at that composure. Keeping it off the door, keeping the vehicles together. So Trenton rotates. Michael Essa parks it, avoiding some contact that could have been ugly there, Ryan. All right, so again, we are seeing the second half of this battle. Trenton Beecham coming to a halt. He has that deficit to make up as he made that mistake, so Essa will have the advantage. Jim, here we go as Michael Essa will lead. Trenton Beecham giving chase. Essa initiates all the way out to the touch and go, tapping the wall, shredding some bumpers. Here comes Essa. Michael Essa absolutely on fire right now in that Essa Autosports and Achilles radial tire covering the track. You can see the evidence in the air. All right, let's go ahead and do the duty. Michael Essa gets the win unanimously, and as you can see, it was just a dominant driving prowess by Michael Essa. That's Alex Hilbrun heading back to the start line. And what's crazy about this battle, if you did not see last night, the final was Alex Hilbrun, that BMW, and now Matt Field coming into view there. These guys did battle last night in the finals.
Well, no doubt, Jared, there will be an upset here for sure, because this is a battle that you would often see like we did last night later on into the rounds. But a top 16 exit here for one of these two will mean no finals in the cards for them tonight, as Matt and Alex take stage one more time here, as you said, to see finals that we saw last night.
Matt Field will lead. This is a similar scenario to last night, where Matt Field led and Alex Hilbrun gave chase. And here we go. Matt Field initiates. Alex Hilbrun giving chase. Field getting out to the outside zone, transitioning into that first rear clipping zone. Alex Hilbrun right there into the second rear zone. Both these guys doing what they need to do, and there's Hilbrun. Field, a great lead run, and Hilbrun right there everywhere they went. It's going to come down to the second run, Ryan. And here we go. Alex Hilbrun leading. Matt Field giving chase. And Hilbrun initiates. Field is right there. Hilbrun getting way out to the outside zone, that first zone, now transitioning. Whoa, Field applying the pressure. Hilbrun not phased, and then around that final clip, Hilbrun leads, Field gives chase. Results are in. Who's going to advance on as Matt Field? Is it going to come to a stop, or is Alex Hilbrun going to advance on? And Hilbrun gets Brian's judge, and Ryan says one more time, Alex Hilbrun upsets Matt Field 2-1, and Matt Field will not repeat from last night and last year. Matt Field's action comes to a halt. Quickly, a screeching of the brakes, and Alex Hilbrun advances on to the Great Eight. Well, the sun's setting, the temperatures are dropping, but the track stays hot. Thanks for joining us out here in the Motegi Racing Super Drift Challenge. A beautiful day here. Next up, Juha Rintanen and Jonathan Castro. Jonathan Castro unable to run last night. He had some engine issues, but looks like the Purdue Metal Dom Toyota GT86 on Nexen tires is ready to do battle. So we are going to be seeing Juha Rintanen, the Finland driver. He will be leading. Jonathan Castro will be giving chase. And here we go. That is Juha Rintanen out front. Oh, Juha, big angle there. Jonathan Castro. Big angle from him, and just giving him, wow, great composure by Castro. So now Jonathan Castro will be out front with Juha giving chase. Man, beautiful sunset, great day. The wind clearing out the smoke, which is a great tool for not only you, the fans, to see all the action, but definitely for the judges. Turn 11 of this Toyota Grand Prix Long Beach track. Very difficult to see last night with the smoke and the lights. So it's a great tool to get our eyes in the sky. Here we go. Castro out front. Initiates. Juha with a late initiation there, rolling into it. Castro getting out of the touch go. Juha, a big mistake there as Castro out to the touch, the second clipping zone. Jonathan Castro, a quick bobble there. Let's go to the judges, Castro and Juha Rintanen. And there it is. Jonathan Castro gets the win and advances on. Thank you so much for hanging out. It's, you know, I mean, we've had just the craziest winter here, and it's going to be warming up here just a little bit. Talking about a Dodge Viper of the Oracle Lighting, Achilles Radial Dodge Viper, and Little Tex Nate Hamilton, Njuku Racing, BC Racing. S13.4, he will be chasing down the Dodge Viper. Here we go, Dean out front, Nate Hamilton in the chase position. Initiating, Dean Carnage Carney, Nate Hamilton. Dean out to the touch and go, Nate Hamilton. Wow, Dean exploded his back wing. Dean Carney with the one-time use only wings. I mean, he has got to have a surplus of wings. Here we go, Nate Hamilton, Dean Carnage Carney. Nate Hamilton will lead, Dean Carnage Carney giving chase. Nate Hamilton, he has the LS, the V8 under the hood of his S13. Dean Carney, the only 10-cylinder out here, SRT10, Dodge Viper. All right, Hamilton crawls out of the chicane. What's he gonna throw down? A very late entry there from Dean Carney. Whoa, Little Tex, all the way out to the touch and go. Bing pongs into the first rear clipping zone. Filling the second outer zone is Hamilton. And Kearney now closes that gap. And around that final clip, a great lead run there by Little Tex, Nate Hamilton. Nate Hamilton, Dean Carnage Carney, here we go. Slide him left for Hamilton, right for Dean Carney. There's a one more time, and Ryan says Hamilton, and he says one more time. They are going at it again. All right, so our next battle here, Kyle Mohan, Forrest Wang. Kyle Mohan hails from right here in Long Beach, California. The Built to Apex Nexen Tires Mazda MX-5. And Forrest Wang in his S14. Our next battle on deck. Again, Kyle Mohan, Forrest Wang. The rotary, any rotary fans out there? The Mazda MX-5. And then you got the Toyota 2JZ under the hood of Forrest Wang. Here we go, and what is going on here? So Forrest Wang continues through the course. All right, so Forrest Wang continues through the course. We are hearing that Kyle Mohan, unfortunately, is having some issues. So Forrest Wang in the Get Nuts Laboratory S14. Looks like that will be it for Kyle Mohan. Man, just such a, Kyle Mohan, just really some tough breaks.
And it's a very, you know, modern Toyota eco engine. So to be able to push that to 1,000 horsepower, it takes a lot of technology and know-how, and that's what, you know, our teams are pretty savvy with.
Yeah, and you said that. You didn't even stutter. 1,000 horsepower, 4-cylinder turbo 2AR. Here we go. This is the one more time between, and that's Hamilton going into the tires. Definitely an issue there for Nate Hamilton. So Dean Carnage Carney completes the rest of the course, but Hamilton, after a really great run on the first portion, or the first battle between him and Dean, that will be
what a bummer after that previous leader run he had. That was really, really good.
All right, so Nate Hamilton will now lead. Dean Carney will give chase after that incomplete run there by Hamilton. That will definitely hurt his efforts in order to advance on into the Grade 8. This is our final battle of the Grade 8, mind you. We already have 7 drivers. Justin Pollock against Alex Hilbrun. And then we have Michael Essa versus the winner of this battle. And then we have Dan Burkett versus that of Jonathan Castro. And then Jeff Jones versus Forrest Wang. Here we go. And Nate Hamilton shuts her down. That's going to be all she wrote as Dean Carnage Kearney. So Nate Hamilton, looks like that'll be it for Little Tex.
It's
You're
all
building
about
the car
feel.
around you?
A little bit, yeah. So we measure up the center part of the car. We try and put the seating position in the same spot. We try and make it comfortable for me to drive, because at the end of the day, we have very limited test time, and you want to make the driver feel at home, and it's a very, very finicky thing to get right.
Here we go, our first battle of the Project Cars 2, Grade 8. Justin Pollock and Alex Hilbrun. Pollock comes out swinging. You see a little misstep there by Justin Pollock, by Hilbrun in that chase position. All right, so here we go. Alex Hilbrun will lead. It's really going to come down to this, because I think Pollock had a really good effort, but as you said, he had a hiccup. Hilbrun kind of washed out, but he came back. So I think, Hilbrun's the guy to beat. I mean, if you look at last night, he had the most runs last night, but Pollock, he could get really possessed here if he doesn't beat himself. I think that's the big thing to make up here. All right, here we go. Hilbrun initiates. Pollock in chase, out to that touch and go. And see, there it is. Hilbrun gets out to outer zone. Great execution by Hilbrun. A lot more composure from Hilbrun in that lead position. Pollock, kind of a straight line there towards the door of Hilbrun. And there you go across the finish line. And that was that execution we're talking about. Let's go to the verdict. Again, the winner advancing on to the Final Four. Hilbrun's going to the Final Four, taking out, oh, look at that. We got it one more time there from Andy. So Andy's saying one more time, but majority rules. Alex Hilbrun is going to the finals. Do you modify your driving style if you're going against a former champion versus somebody that's somebody like Alex Hilbrun? Do you kind of modulate your driving style?
Not in the lead position, because the lead is all about putting down good qualifying runs.
All right, so we'll get back to that in a moment. Dan Burkett initiating. Jonathan Castro, as you said, your Toyota Racing teammate, as Castro really trying to navigate behind this Toyota Supra. Dan Burkett not getting all the way out to the outside zone, but now Castro right there in the chase position. All right, here we go. So Castro out front, Burkett giving chase. Who's going to the Final Four against Alex Hilbrun? Castro initiates. Here comes Burkett falling back, and that will be all she wrote as long as Castro keeps it sideways through the entirety of the course. And Castro, who struggled last night, is now finding himself. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
It's gonna default back to that first run. They both had an incomplete run there on the second, and now Jonathan Castro advances on. All right, so now we are revisiting. So I mistakenly said Castro will go against Alex Hilbrun, but I'm incorrect. Castro will go against the winner of Jeff Jones versus Forrest Wang. And Jeff Jones, we have not seen him in competition this evening because he got an automatic bye in the top 16. Yes. All right, here we go. Now, Dean Carnage Carney out front. Michael Essa giving chase. Dean sans that back wing, working the course, ping-ponging through Michael Essa. A great job as Achilles radial smoke fills the streets of Long Beach. Yeah. Here we go, Michael Essa out front. Dean Carnage Carney in that chase position. And Essa does not, wow, look at the smoke show of Michael Essa. Cotton balls billowing out the back of that Essa Auto Sports Achilles radial BMW, but Dean not phased. Great composure there by Dean Carney in that chase position. Here it is, Dean Carnage Carney gets Brian's verdict and his vote. Ryan and Andy say Dean Carney gets the win and advances on to the Final Four. All right, so now one more battle left of the Grade 8, already in the Final Four. Alex Hilbrun, Dean Carnage Carney, Jonathan Castro, and now Forrest Wang and Jeff Jones. We're joined by another Formula Drift driver, our defending champion, three-time Formula Drift champion. You guys have seen battle against each other. Chris the Force Forsberg. Chris, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing great, man. No, just super pumped to be out here in Long Beach watching Super Drift. These guys are killing it, putting on a huge show for the crowd here. And yeah, just psyched to watch some drifting for the first time in a while.
I feel both of you guys kind of have these smiles on your faces. One, maybe because you're not driving. These guys are risking their cars. Two, Because it's Long Beach, man. It's windy, it's cold, but you get to kind of just chill and enjoy the exciting action.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously love drifting. We love seeing cars sideways and throwing out smoke, so let's see it happen.
Here we go, Forrest Wang versus Jeff Jones. Wang, big angle there. Jeff Jones trying to chase him down. He gets to the center of the track there from Jones, that supercharged LS. Forrest Wang filling all of those rear clipping zones. Great execution by Wang. Jones really struggling there to hang with Wang, but Wang putting his car in the right places. It's fun seeing those drivers really develop, really polish their programs, and Jeff Jones, one of those guys that I think really raises some eyebrows because he could really upset. He's kind of a dark horse. So
Absolutely.
Jeff Jones right now, he needs to throw it down. Forrest Wang in that chase position. Here comes Jones, out to touch and go. Does not get all the way out there, but and there, he really does not make it out. So it seems that Jeff Jones having a tough go right now because he does not get out to the touch and go, which isn't a big issue, but does not fill that rear clipping zone. And with that dominant run out front, I mean, that was a solid run by Forrest Wang. Forrest Wang gets the win and advances on. Our final four is set. Forrest Wang will be going against Jonathan Castro, Alex Hilbrun versus Dean Carnage Carney. We have two champion drivers. Chris Forsberg, this is a microphone. You got to talk into it there. Two champion drivers. Frederick Osbo, 2015 champion, and Chris Forsberg, 2016, 14, 09, right? Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
All right,
that's
so
right.
here we go. Dean Carnage Carney, Alex Hilbrun. Woo! Look at Hilbrun initiating right to the door of the Dodge Viper. Dean getting out of that touch and go. Transitioning under the bridge. Alex Hilbrun right there. Dean Carnage Carney. Great execution. He saw the wing. You know he did battle at the wall. Hilbrun got second last weekend and last night. Here we go, Hilbrun around that final clip. Great executions, these guys. And I heard you guys talking about, you know, your cars and your engines and what's going on. You know, Chris, you're pretty transparent about your Nissan packages and what's going on there. But you know, you're prepping, you're going through Orlando. Like I said, you're checking out the competition here.
Yeah.
But what other things do you prep in the off season? You know, Frederick, for you and for Chris, what do you do in the off season to really prep for the championship? Osbo?
So we've built a new car, but we kept the engine the same, whereas I believe Chris did it
Did
the
very
opposite way,
opposite.
right? So kept the car, built a new engine. Why don't you fill us in on how, you know, what's going on with that?
Yeah, so it's funny that when you put it that way, you know, same engine, new chassis, but we are same chassis, new engine. So I have always wanted to put the V6 back into the Z, and we're really excited about that, and we're getting it all nailed down, but let's watch some drifting.
Right on, attaboy, Chris. Here we go, Alex Hilbrun, Dean Carnage Carney. Look at that, Alex getting out to that touch and go. Let's see how he does. Not as deep in that first rear clipping zone now. Pulling away, some separation here. I just had some words with Michael S. He talked about Dean here on the execution, on that chase position, wraps it around. So Dean, you saw that hesitation there, a little bit of reservation, maybe not finding the right gear around that final clip. Chris, I asked this question to Frederick Osbo, and there you go. Alex Hilbrun's going to the finals once again. That's a three-peat from last weekend, last night, and tonight. You know, the Indy cars, now Can-Ams, you know, the history here.
Absolutely.
How crazy is that for you, you know, being an East Coast kid, now drifting on a stage like this, on just something so fun and being part of, you know, motorsports overall? We'll get to that question. Hold that thought. Hold that thought.
I was going to say, let's
Here
hold
we go.
that.
Our second battle of the Final Four. Jonathan Castro, Forrest Wang, Castro, Duro, Metal Dom. And there you have it. So transitioning into that first rear clipping zone. Castro ripping through the course. Forrest Wang hanging tough. And around that final clip. All right, just taking a look here as third place will be dictated by qualifying, even though it was a randomization, computer randomization. It looks like Dean Carnage Carney will be getting third place as Forrest Wang qualified 11th, Jonathan Castro 10th. As the judges are jokingly handing it over to Chris Forsberg, the judging sheets.
So I mean, what can I say? I like watching drifting, you know, just been doing it for a while, but this is obviously a good time. We like to see these guys throw it down, and we're about to see it again.
Forrest Wang out front, Jonathan Castro really applying the pressure. Big angle from Wang, Castro, and he bit off more than he could chew, but Forrest Wang gets it out to outer zone. And, oh man, Castro was really going for the gusto. Looks like the Zestino bit back. It's just too spicy for Jonathan
He got
Castro.
a little too excited there. You can see that he was right on his door, left foot braking, trying to stay with them, but I think he transferred off the throttle. If he would have stayed in the gas and transitioned slowly with him across the center line, he could have stayed with him, pushed all the way wide, had the same speed, and we would have sealed the deal and got the win.
All right, so unfortunately, I think they're going to slide left, and there you have it. Forrest Wang gets the winner, unfortunately for Castro. Fortunately for Forrest Wang. Forrest Wang's going to the finals, and Alex Hilbrun has seen it again. He got second place last night. He got second place last weekend at round 1 of the Formula Drift Black Magic Pro Championship presented by Blackview Dash Cameras, and tonight he's going for the win. The finals are here, and it looks like we're going to party here on a Saturday night. We got the concert going, but up front and center, Alex Hilbrun, Forrest Wang for Motegi Racing Super Drift Challenge finale here on the 2017 installment. Last night it was Matt Field, Alex Hilbrun, and Forrest Wang. Now the order has changed. Who's going to come out on top? Well, Dean Carnage Carney's already locked in third due to his qualifying position, but who comes out on top? Will Hilbrun be another bridesmaid? Forsberg, he was second place last weekend at round 1 of our Black Magic Pro Championship presented by Blackview Dash Cameras. Forrest Wang was third place. Forrest Wang does not compete in the Formula Drift Pro Championship, but Hilbrun, on paper, he seems like the guy to beat, but Forrest Wang just put down a very dominant run, very signature style.
Yeah, Forrest Wang's always doing great in the lead run. He's always putting his car out to the outer zones. Big angle, big smoke. But Alex Hilbrun, he's a killer. He's on fire. He's 2 second places in a row. Let's see what he can do this weekend.
Here we go. Hilbrun out front. Forrest Wang in the chase position. Hilbrun out to the touch and go. Transition. Great execution by Hilbrun. Utilizing all the track as Hilbrun lined up the Nitto tires. Transition around that final clip. Forrest Wang a little bit of struggling there on the front end of it. People are struggling on how to chase Forrest Wang, and if you've done competition with him before, he has a very stylish, smoky, big angle, and it's not the fastest, but it just is styling.
Yeah, absolutely. Forrest Wang's style definitely comes true here to the Long Beach course. Wall to wall to wall, all the way through this course. And he really lays it down, and he puts people into a corner coming out of turn 1. Not intentionally, but just in the fact of the way he drives, big angle, big throttle, and it pinches them off, and they get blinded by the smoke. They transfer poorly coming down the chute, and they lose the run. So let's see how Hilbrun takes it.
Here we go, the finals are here. Forrest Wang gets out to the touch and go, taps the wall, transitions in. Hilbrun, that's what I was talking about. He really did not. That wheel speed of Forrest Wang creates a lot of smoke, a lot of excitement. It allows him to let it hang out there as we are seeing the blinders, and we are seeing some contact there. So as you can see, Hilbrun looks like he will be getting towed off, but he won't be towed far because we do have a winner. So our winners are here. Let's give out our third place trophy. Our third place finisher here at the Motegi Racing Super Drift Challenge. Saturday Night Lights in the Oracle Lighting Achilles Radial Dodge Viper. Third place is Dean Carnage Carney. Dean Carney grabbing that third place position. Congratulations to you. All right, here we go. Let's give out some trophies. I see him running. Look at that. Make a round of applause for Alex Hilbrun there doing battle. Inca Madness Racing. And your winner here at the Motegi Racing Super Drift Challenge at the Toyota Grand Prix of Long Beach here at turns 9, 10, 11. Your winner is Forrest Wang. Forrest Wang is your winner here at Motegi Racing Super Drift Challenge. Congratulations, Frederick Osbo hands him the trophy. And now, second place. 3 times in a row, buddy. It's not bad. You'd rather have 3 in a row than none in a row. Your second place finisher, Alex Hilbrun in the Inca Madness Racing Nitto Tires BMW. Thanks for joining us here, Motegi Racing Super Drift Challenge. There is your podium. That is Wang, Hilbrun, Dean Carnage Carney. Next time we'll see you online, we'll be at Orlando Speedway. On behalf of the whole staff, Ryan Sage, I'm Jared Deanda. Thank you to the judges, Chris Forsberg, Frederick Oswald for all the insight. Again, I'm Jared Deanda. We'll see you online, and we'll see you another time. Send it. We'll see you at round 2 in Orlando. Go to formulad.com for any and all information.